Exclusive. Tears in her eyes, Kim Ji-won can't hide her feelings for Kim Soo Hyun. What really happened in that unforgettable moment? Was it just emotion, or something more? Her eyes glistened, her composure cracked, and the world couldn't look away. Let's dive in and uncover the truth with Red Carpet Revealed, right now. Exclusive. Tears in her eyes, Kim Ji-won can't hide her feelings for Kim Soo Hyun. It was supposed to be just another glamorous night on the red carpet. The lights flashed, the cameras rolled. The air was thick with the familiar buzz of excitement. But in one unforgettable moment, Kim Ji-won's emotions betrayed her composure, and the world couldn't look away. Tears glistened in her eyes as she looked at Kim Soo Hyun, and in that instant, something unspoken passed between them. Something that has sent social media into a frenzy of speculation and awe. What really happened that night? Was it just a fleeting emotion, or did the tears in her eyes reveal feelings that could no longer be hidden? The mystery surrounding that moment has captivated fans and the industry alike, leaving everyone desperate for answers. And as always, Red Carpet Revealed is here to uncover the story behind the story. The scene was set at one of the year's biggest award ceremonies. A glittering event that brought together the brightest stars of the Korean entertainment world. Kim Ji-won and Kim Soo Hyun, both nominated for their respective roles, walked the red carpet with grace and confidence. Fans screamed their names, photographers clamored for the perfect shot, and the atmosphere was electric. Yet beneath the surface of this dazzling spectacle, something more intimate was quietly unfolding. When Kim Ji-won appeared on the carpet, was radiant in an elegant gown that shimmered under the lights. Kim Soo Hyun, waiting just a few steps ahead, turned to watch her approach. Their eyes met briefly, and for a split second, the noise of the crowd seemed to fade away. Witnesses say there was a softness in his expression, a warmth that he couldn't quite disguise, and when she finally joined him, the faintest smile curved her lips, but it was her eyes that told the real story. As they stood side by side for the cameras, a hush seemed to fall over the immediate crowd. Something about the way she looked at him, the way he glanced back at her as though checking she was okay, was enough to make even the most seasoned journalists pause. And then it happened, the tears. A single tear welled up in Kim Ji-won's eye, threatening to spill, and she blinked quickly as if willing it away. But it was too late. Cameras had already captured the moment, and before long, the image of her glistening eyes looking at Kim Soo Hyun was plastered across every social media platform. Behind the scenes, whispers began to circulate almost immediately. Some said she was overwhelmed by the occasion, others insisted she was simply moved by the recognition of her work. But many fans, and more than a few industry insiders, believed there was more to it than that. After all, this wasn't the first time the two had shared an intense, emotional moment in public. Their history together stretches back years, to the time they first met on set. Though they've never starred in a full-fledged drama as leads opposite each other, their paths have crossed repeatedly, at award shows, in variety show appearances, even at mutual friends gatherings. Over time, an undeniable connection seemed to develop between them, one that went beyond mere professional courtesy. Fans have long speculated about the nature of their relationship. They've been spotted chatting animatedly during commercial breaks, whispering to each other at after-parties, and sharing inside jokes during interviews. One now famous clip shows Kim Soo Hyun gently tucking a loose strand of her hair behind her ear during a photo shoot. Action that sent fans into a frenzy. But it was this recent moment, the tearful red carpet encounter, that finally pushed the narrative into overdrive. As soon as the images surfaced online, hashtags like #KimJi1Tears, #KimSooHyunLook, and #We Saw It in Her Eyes began trending worldwide. Fans flooded comment sections with speculation and declarations of support. "She can't hide it anymore," one fan tweeted. "That wasn't just acting, that was real." Another wrote, "The way he looked at her. It's like he was the only person who understood what she was feeling." Theories sprang up like wildfire. Some believed the two were secretly dating and that the emotional moment was her way of acknowledging their private bond in a public setting. Others argued that they were simply close friends caught in a vulnerable moment. Still others were convinced that something had changed between them that night, perhaps a confession, or even a goodbye. The truth, as always, remains elusive. But that hasn't stopped fans from piecing together a timeline of their interactions, analyzing everything from their body language to the subtext of their interviews. In a particularly telling interview from last year, Kim Ji-won was asked which actor she found it easiest to work with. Without hesitation, she replied, Soo Hyun Sungbi. He has a way of making you feel comfortable. Like you don't have to pretend. The interviewer pressed her further, asking if she found him charming, and she laughed, cheeks turning pink. I think everyone does, she admitted. His part, Kim Soo Hyun has often spoken highly of her as well. In one press conference, when asked about his ideal type, he smiled slyly and said, someone who has both strength and softness. Someone like Ji-won. The audience erupted into laughter, but his eyes, many noted, never left hers as he spoke. Fans have compiled countless clips and quotes like these into video montages titled things like the way he looks at her and when she smiles at him. These videos rack up millions of views within days, each one adding fuel to the fire of speculation. And then there are the behind-the-scenes accounts, unconfirmed, of course, but too consistent to ignore. A staff member from a recent shoot claimed that the two arrived separately but left together, slipping out a back entrance to avoid the waiting press. Another source insisted they were spotted having dinner alone at a quiet restaurant, though no photos of the alleged outing have surfaced. What is it about this pairing that captivates people so much? Perhaps it's because their connection feels authentic in an industry where so much seems staged. They don't flaunt their closeness, nor do they deny it outright. Instead, they move through the public eye with a quiet dignity that only adds to the allure. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain, the tears in Kim Ji-won's eyes that night spoke louder than words ever could. Fans continued to replay the moment, zooming in on every detail, the way her lips trembled, the way his hand hovered near hers as though ready to offer comfort, the way they seemed to forget the world was watching. Even now, weeks later, the image of her tearful gaze remains etched in the minds of everyone who witnessed it. It has become more than just a viral moment, it has become a symbol of something deeper, something real. As the world continues to speculate, one question remains: what really lies beneath the surface of this enigmatic duo? Is it love? Friendship? Or something that defies easy labels? Whatever the answer, one thing is certain: the story of Kim Ji-won and Kim Soo Hyun is far from over. And as we've learned, truth often reveals itself not in grand declarations, but in the quiet moments when our guard slips, when tears fall, and feelings we've tried to hide come rushing to the surface. Stay tuned, because Red Carpet Revealed isn't done uncovering the secrets of this golden pair just yet. The night of the awards may have passed. The image of Kim Ji-won with tears in her eyes, staring at Kim Soo Hyun as though the entire world had melted away, continues to haunt fans, colleagues, and the press alike. Weeks later, the moment still dominates timelines, headlines, and conversations. Everyone is asking, what's next for the pair who turned an ordinary red carpet into an unforgettable story? In the days following the awards show, whispers from behind the scenes began to surface, each one more tantalizing than the last. A makeup artist who worked with Ji-won that evening reportedly overheard her saying quietly to a stylist, "I'm okay, I just couldn't hold it back anymore." Though she didn't specify what it was, fans have clung to the quote like gospel, interpreting it as a sign of her feelings finally breaking through the surface. Meanwhile, those who were present at the venue that night describe an almost cinematic atmosphere between the two stars. One producer who attended the after-party shared anonymously, "They stayed close the entire time. She seemed calmer with him nearby. At one point, when she looked overwhelmed, he leaned down and whispered something to her, and she laughed through her tears. It was intimate, like the kind of moment you feel lucky to witness but know you shouldn't intrude upon." Others have confirmed seeing them slip away from the main crowd, retreating to a quieter corner of the room where they could talk privately. Though no photos of this interaction have emerged, a testament, perhaps, to the loyalty of those in attendance, the stories alone have been enough to fuel yet another round of online speculation. Even their colleagues couldn't resist commenting. A fellow actress who has worked with both posted a cryptic tweet the next morning: "Love always finds a way to show itself, even when you try to hide it." Another director, known for being close to Soo Hyun, cheekily commented on Instagram, "Some people can act, but the eyes never lie." These comments only added more weight to the belief that what fans witnessed was no staged performance, but something deeply personal playing out in front of millions, and the fans have been relentless in their support. Social media remains flooded with edits, tributes, and fanfiction inspired by their story. Hashtags like #her eyes said it all and #KimG1 Kim Soo Hyun continue to trend, while fan clubs have even begun organizing charity drives in honor of their favorite couple, citing the love they inspire in us as motivation. Among all the noise, there has also been a surge of analysis, from body language experts, psychologists, and even seasoned PR consultants, all trying to decode what exactly happened that night. One viral YouTube video breaks down the moment frame by frame, the way G1's hand reached instinctively toward Soo Hyun before she pulled it back, the way his gaze softened when he noticed her tears, the almost imperceptible nod he gave her, as if to silently reassure her. These are not the actions of two strangers, the narrator insists. There is history here, and possibly, a future. Others have been more cautious, warning that fans' imaginations might be running ahead of reality. A well-known entertainment journalist commented, "We all want to believe in love stories, especially ones as beautiful and public as this. Sometimes what we see is just a moment, not the whole story. Only they know the truth." Yet even skeptics can't deny the undeniable, that their interaction has captured the world's attention in a way few moments ever do. Industry insiders have speculated that both stars' agencies are carefully monitoring the situation, weighing the potential impact of a public confirmation versus maintaining the mystery. If indeed there is a relationship, the decision to go public carries risks, but also enormous potential rewards. After all, audiences have already fallen in love with the idea of them as a couple, and both their careers are at an all-time high. PR experts have called the handling of the situation so far a masterclass in subtlety. By neither confirming nor denying anything, G1 and Soo Hyun have allowed the story to grow organically, keeping the audience engaged and invested without ever having to compromise their privacy. They've turned a single moment into a narrative that's bigger than any drama they've ever starred in. One PR consultant remarked. But what do G1 and Soo Hyun themselves think? Both have remained conspicuously quiet since the awards, declining interviews and making only the most perfunctory public appearances. Yet even in their silence, seem to communicate in ways that words cannot. On her Instagram, G1 posted a photo of a sunset the day after the event, captioned simply, "Some feelings can't be hidden forever." Fans immediately flooded the comments with support and encouragement, interpreting it as a veiled acknowledgement of what happened. Hyun, for his part, posted a black and white photo of a single rose lying on a table, with no caption at all. To fans, this was further proof of their connection, a quiet, poetic nod to what they share. Speculation about their next move has reached a fever pitch. Many fans believe that a joint statement, or at least another public appearance together, is imminent. Others think they will continue to keep things private, letting their actions and glances speak louder than any words ever could. What is certain is that the world is watching. Every event they attend, every interview they give, every social media post is dissected for clues. And with good reason, rarely does a single moment capture the imagination quite like this one has. One fan summed it up perfectly in a heartfelt post that has since gone viral. "It doesn't matter whether they're dating or not. What matters is that for one beautiful moment, they showed us what it means to feel something so deeply that you can't hide it, not even when you're trying your hardest. That kind of love, even if it's just for a second, worth everything." The industry itself seems to have been moved by their story. Producers have already begun pitching projects designed to bring the two together as leads, a romantic drama, a feature film, even a reality show centered around their undeniable chemistry. Scripts are reportedly being written with them in mind, and some insiders claim negotiations are already underway. Could this be the beginning of a new era for both stars? Some believe so. They've redefined what it means to connect with an audience. One producer said, "It's not just about acting anymore, it's about authenticity." And people respond to that. As the dust settles and fans continue to hold their breath, waiting for the next chapter, one thing remains clear: Kim Ji-won and Kim Soo Hyun have already written themselves into the hearts of millions. Their story, whatever it truly is, has become more than just gossip or speculation. It has become a symbol of something bigger. Something timeless. For some, it's a love story in the making. For others, it's a poignant reminder that even the most composed among us can be undone by the simplest of feelings. For everyone watching, it's a testament to the power of a single glance, a single tear, to change everything. Will they ever tell us what really happened that night? Or will this moment remain a beautiful mystery, cherished for what it is and never fully explained? As fans continue to dream, to speculate, and to believe, Ji-won and Soo Hyun carry on, two stars who may have accidentally shown the world the most human parts of themselves, and perhaps that's enough. Perhaps the magic lies not in knowing, but in wondering, 'cause sometimes, the most powerful stories are the ones that leave us asking questions long after the curtain falls. And so, we watch. And we wait. Because whether it's real or in just a fleeting moment of emotion, one thing is certain: Kim Ji-won, with tears in her eyes, and Kim Soo Hyun, standing quietly beside her, have given us something unforgettable, something worth believing.